Welcome back to the Zuma Prebug build. Today, fixing that stand. So here we are with the bike. As you remember, there is no stand. That's why it's up on the block of woods or supported by the roof. However, I have it. First things first, we're going to pull the exhaust off. Then we are going to disassemble the motor from the frame so we can get underneath and have a good look at that stand. Start by disconnecting these two wires. They run under the bike into the stator and one for the starter motor. Now this one here, that's the main bolt for the engine, but before we get there we've got to disconnect the carburetor and the oil line. So we'll start by taking the oil line off because we're going to leave the carburetor on the bike. Now that we've got the carburetor off, have to disconnect the spark plug lead. Pop him off. So we've got carburetor, spark plug lead, and the oil line. All the rest stays on the motor. Next thing we do is move to the rear shock mount. Now you can disassemble it from the bottom or from the top. I'm going to disconnect it from the bottom. Okay, so we forgot two things. The oil feed line from the tank to the oil pump, and also the rear brake cable must also be disconnected as well. And there we have it, one disconnected motor from the frame on a Yamaha Zuma. Two electrical cables, stator and starter motor. Carburetor stays on the bike, oil feed stays on the bike. Now what I did with the oil feed is I just put a little bolt in the end to cap it off so it wouldn't leak, and there is the forgotten brake cable. It's time to fix the stand. Now you'll see here we have the tangs for the stand, and this one here is broken. This one's a good one. So the plan is to remount this hole a little bit and then we can slide a sleeve in. To do that, I've bought these two aluminium tubes. Now one's about 8 or 9 millimeters outside diameter, and the other one slides through inside at about 12 millimeters outside diameter. So I've already cut it down and slid them inside each other, and then this guy here will sit inside there and JB weld itself in there, and then hopefully we can remake the tang and it should all work. Well, that is the plan anyway. Now to do the reaming, we have Mr. Drill or we have Mr. Die Grinder. Okay, so it was Mr. Die Grinder for the job there, and as you can see we have the stand bush in place and the pin slides right through from one side to the other. So next thing for us to do is to JB weld my new sleeve to the motor, and then we can start building it up from there, and hopefully we can then make the stand fit again. Now that the what's this stuff called? Here we have the end result. So smoothed down with the die grinder and just a normal file. But I guess the big question is, does the stand fit? So the stand that we have here is a Bazzetti one for a Zuma BWS, or I think they call it MBK booster in Europe. So here we go, I guess, for the moment of truth. Boom, and it's in. Not bad at all. So I guess the only thing now to do is put the clips on the end, chuck this, and that is a job pretty much done. So here we have the spring. That is the hardest part about doing all this, but I'm pretty happy with it. It all works. Might tip it over. There we have it. A motor back on its stand. Pretty damn happy with that. Alright guys, we're going to end this one here. So if you've liked this episode, you've learnt something, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we will see you in the next one.